estudios, quítale el palo, porque sigo yo, se acabó.
This is Garden Studios. Welcome home.
Welcome to another episode of Garden Studios podcast. To my right is my soulmate, Mattel.
Hello.
Maria Teresa Lourdes Zaga Purino Vitales Jr. So guys, today I'm so excited. We have celebrities.
Oh.
So that's prophetic. This is prophetic.
We've been trying to get them on for a couple months now.
I spoke to their secretary and we couldn't book them. So we tried again a few months later. We talked to their agent.
Sorry.
And so finally, we were able to book them. There's two of them.
There's two.
Okay? You're not seeing doubles, guys. Okay?
You got a blonde and a brunette.
Probably you are if you're drunk.
Right. But we're not, but they're not.
But they're not.
Right. Because they're not Philistines. They're this is a Christian podcast.
Yes.
Para todos mis amigos
Sí.
cristianos que aman a Cristo, no tomemos.
Nos
Fumamos.
vemos.
Solamente el vino de Cristo.
Solamente no te.
Amen.
And so they're amazing songwriters. They're both singers, great, incredible musicians, worship leaders, and they're some of the most entertaining people that I know. Do you guys do parties?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say anything yet. We haven't started. You just talk after. But with no further ado, Ivon.
Wait, drum roll.
Oh, drum roll. Drum roll. Ivon and Ivette
Yvonne is the brunette. Yvette is the blonde.
Lopez.
Lopez.
There
Yes.
you go. Let's give them a round of applause. There you go. So, Ivon and Yvette, how are you guys feeling?
¿Hablo español?
Habla español. ¿Cómo está?
Yo muy bien.
Muy bien,
Fíjate que
gracias. ¿Y usted?
Me levanté hoy bien lista para
Sí.
este evento. Me siento muy emocionada.
I'll translate.
Sí.
I woke up.
No, yo comprendo. Yo soy.
¿Tú eres?
Yo soy.
Tú eres.
Mexicano.
Vamos.
Sí.
Madre,
Hermano.
son mexicanos.
Sí. Yo soy güey. Sí.
No, eres vato. Vato.
Vato.
Sí. Yeah.
Camarada.
Perdona, mi mamá.
Sí.
Disclaimer.
So we're gonna go. ¿Todo bien?
This plant is
Plantas. Okay. Well, welcome, guys.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited because we love you guys and we like hanging out. So usually in our podcast we start off with a game,
Yes.
and the game is called
Word of the Day.
Oh.
So basically, every podcast we do a game called Word of the Day, where we pick a word that's usually funny, long, or we don't usually use it in a sentence.
Okay.
But the game is you have to use it in the podcast, and whoever uses it first wins.
Okay.
Okay.
But we can veto it, meaning if you just say it and it makes no sense, we can be like, no, that doesn't work out.
it has to be in context. It has to make sense. Okay.
Yeah, you can't just yell it.
So and there's also a prize. Okay.
Okay.
So last few times we've had prize like someone won pho from Lay's house. So good. Someone won Krispy Kreme. Not Krispy Kreme. Heavenly Donuts.
Yeah.
So these are legitimate prizes. So today, whoever wins word of the day wins.
$10 Theory gift card.
There you go. So Theory is a local
Coffee shop.
coffee shop. They're incredible. They're amazing. They have 2 locations down in Redding, California, and they're the vibes.
Yeah.
So whoever wins,
I'm gonna get my matcha.
there you go. You get your matcha.
No, I'm not getting my matcha. I don't drink matcha. I get
Hey, no punching. Okay, I already feel there's already tension here. Okay, simmer.
What tension?
Okay, so what's
tension? What are you talking about?
okay? We might have to call the cops. Okay. So what's today's word of the day, babe?
Today's word is biblioclept.
Biblioclept. Mira.
We wrote it just in case you forget.
Hoy vamos a ir a la biblioteca.
Yeah,
No,
sounds
biblioteca.
similar, right? That's why I chose
Similares,
it.
pero no.
No,
Biblioclip.
clept.
Clept. Biblioclept.
It's a person who steals books.
Oh, Yvonne's biblioclip.
Yvonne is a biblioclip.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't count.
This will not
Okay,
work.
you can't say it right now, okay?
Yeah,
you can just
you have
blurt
to
it out.
wait, yeah.
It has to be natural.
Yeah, you
okay?
can't just like come up with a
Gosh.
sentence.
I'm so
It
sorry.
has to be like go with the flow.
My
Yeah.
fakeness just came out of nowhere.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, so that's activated now.
Okay.
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 That's ongoing. Okay. So Today, so you guys, where are you guys from?
We're from Laredo, Texas.
Oh, vamos Laredo.
So tell us, so you guys are American. Oh, no, sorry. Is that offensive?
No.
Okay, no, I wasn't trying to be. Because you guys started laughing as if it was a joke. So you guys are like Mexicans? Sorry, I almost said legal.
I know.
No, I'm sorry.
But you were born
We're
in
not illegal,
Texas.
but we're legal.
So you guys are legal
But illegal.
Mexicans. So tell me about Laredo. Where is this city?
I can give you some context on this.
Yes.
Okay, so fun fact. So if you draw Texas, right? You have like this.
You can face towards the kid.
This is your camera right
Yeah.
here. There you go.
Okay, so if you do this, you draw like the.
Oh, that's a pretty good Texas. Oh, okay. You messed up right there. Oh,
Right?
Okay.
And then imagine that. Print it out.
Printed. Okay, printing.
And then on the very corner, at the edge of the
So you guys, they pushed you at the very edge.
Like this.
pretty much.
So you guys
The
are
border
almost.
of
We're here.
Mexico.
Like this.
So would you say they pushed everyone that they don't like at
No,
the very edge?
I'll say that it's only you can only live there if you have a certain amount of money.
So how much money?
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous how much, because we don't even know how much.
Oh.
It's a very private city.
Private. So like
Yeah.
Only
gated
artists
communities.
Oh yes.
Gated.
And I'm imagining like
There's a lot of gates. A lot of walls. Donald Trump loves
Loves that
walls.
place.
wow, a lot of walls.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're trying to, make
Is it bordering like a different country? Maybe.
Oh
Yes.
yes, it's a very international place,
Right.
because what other place from Texas? It's right next to the border.
Wow.
Or Laredo.
So if I visit Laredo, what type of people, what ethnicity would I meet?
Mexican.
Hispanic.
So very diverse. I see. So there's two types.
Mexican.
Mexican.
There
and-
is. Like,
and
for real.
Hispanic.
For real.
For real.
Like, if you go, let's say, if we go to Mexico,
Okay.
it's like $5.
Would you see a difference?
$5? It's $5 to go to Mexico?
Well, it is. It is very cheap. It is very.
Yeah,
cheap.
you have to
just
pay. No,
walk?
you have to pay. You have to
No,
pay.
you do
like,
have to
you know how,
pay.
like, you have the bridge, right? And then if you want to go walking, you have to pay an entry to go into the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
It's like probably like $5.
Like $5, I think.
Wow.
Haven't been there
But
for
go
a
in
while,
and
yes.
come back.
Oh, so it's like $10 to go.
Just 5.
Have
so
you guys
divide it
ever
like
done this?
two
So-
something.
Oh, so
always.
it's two something
yeah.
each.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah.
one
So it's
entry
like
to come back.
cheaper than a bus fare too.
Oh,
Pretty
yes.
much. Yeah.
Okay,
We've done it.
So back to Laredo.
Yeah.
What is this? So you were born in Laredo?
Yes.
Born in.
Born
Grew
and
up in
raised.
Laredo?
Yes.
Yes.
And so what is the culture there? Is it very is there any anyone else that's not Mexican or Hispanic?
It's rare.
Wow, so it's predominantly Mexican Latino.
Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
I'll be honest, like, I don't know if I'm sound ignorant, but we've only seen, like, it's rare even white people or even like
Chinos?
yeah. No, like it's very
Asian.
rare. It's just like very little Asians, very
Right.
little.
Like-
Oh, are
black
you saying the very little Asians, like there's little Asians over there? Or is it like there's like not a lot of Asians?
Like not a lot.
Not
of
a lot
Okay,
of
because I thought like the smallest of Asians go over there and like, hey, you know.
Whoa.
Sorry.
people? Well,
No, there's Mexicans that are little.
Yeah. I mean, if
Yeah.
you see me there, you would think like, oh,
No,
no,
you're my cousin.
you have more like a Mexican.
Like
that's what I'm
primo.
saying.
Yeah. So it's more like you can see the difference if there's someone else that is not
From
Right.
there.
from there. Yeah.
It's not
Wow.
Hispanic.
You become popular.
So
real quick.
what does one do? So okay, in the school systems, because everyone is Mexican or Latino, do you speak in English in the classes or Spanish?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny because it should be more like English,
But
but
because you're in
even
America.
yeah, but even
That's
like
crazy.
even having the teachers, you can hear an accent. Since I moved here, and when we go back sometimes to visit, you can hear the accent so quickly.
Yeah.
And like this is coming from educational
Right.
systems where you feel like I don't know, the English would be more predominant,
Advanced, yeah.
but because it's a very I would say like the 99% is more Hispanic and there's a 1% there, so it's a very Spanglish. You speak
Gotcha.
English and Spanish at the
At
same
the
time,
same
which
time.
sucks
Yeah.
because we don't grow in either the two languages.
Right.
It's half of one and then half of the other.
Wow. So wow. So you can only speak one language 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
yeah,
it's
for
like
real.
that.
Yeah.
When you don't know one word, you just say it in English, or either you say it in English or Spanish.
Spanish.
And you combine that as a full-on sentence. in
I'll say
English.
though, it's kind of a talent.
It is a talent. Not a lot of people can do that.
For sure. That's amazing. Real quick, can you shift a little bit to the right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, and then just pull that mic just a little. Oh, you broke my mic.
Bien. I also can speak Korean.
Okay, just pull-
Biane,
there you go.
biane.
Perfect. So it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
You guys are American, but grew up in a very Latino. Is it town or a city?
It's a
It's
town.
a city. No, it's a city now.
Okay. They
Bro,
built
it's a
one
city.
building that's 2 floors.
I
We have 2
you
floors
can
now.
call it now a
It's a
city.
city.
Wait, will Reading
Mira,
be
look, 2
considered a
floors.
city or will
Reading
it
is
be
a
town?
city.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it's a little bit bigger than
Bigger than here, yeah.
Oh
Reading.
wow!
Oh,
It's more
so-
developed than Reading.
Oh my gosh, it has
Yeah.
a lot. It had main event. It had Cane's.
Cane's.
It had
So
Taco Palenque.
Palenque.
All my crew from Taco Palenque had.
Get a pirata. Oh my gosh, with the beans and
my
cheese.
God. And la
Okay,
salsa verde to put it.
Okay, what just happened? A lot just okay. Let's unpack it, okay? Because you guys
We
just
need to translate what you
Yeah.
just said.
The definition of unpacking in the dictionary is the act of removing the packed contents from a container to do your unpacking.
Alexa,
Alexa.
Thank you.
be quiet.
Thank you, Alexa, but stop it. She's trying to be on our podcast. So let's talk about so you grew up. It's predominantly Spanish speakers. But
Yes.
it's crazy. You're in the United States,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So okay, first I want to hear about. You said Taco Palenque. Y'all started doing your dance moves. Let's talk about Taco Palenque. What is Taco Palenque? What is it like your Chuck E. Cheese over there?
No.
Laredo Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Like that.
So tell us about
Let
it.
me tell you about Taco Palenque. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
They're speaking a different language. It's not Spanish either. I just said, "Matuka na wa."
It's a twin
They're speaking-
communication.
Right. It's like telekinesis. I heard "Tuka na kwa." I'm like, what?
It's our own language, guys. You know,
That's
we were
beautiful.
grown into the womb together. But let's go back to Taco Palenque. Let me
Yeah.
tell you Taco Palenque. Taco Palenque is a building where they sell tacos.
I would have never known that.
And not just tacos, but burritos
Oh, but so they sell 2 things. What else?
and quesadillas.
3 things.
And una carne asada.
What?
Una
Carne
carne
asada.
asada.
Carne asada.
Sí.
Una parrillada.
Oh,
De fajita,
fajita,
de cabrito,
cabrito,
de carne al pastor.
carne al pastor.
Un queso.
Un molcajete.
Molcajete.
¿Qué es eso?
You know, like the
rock,
stone
the-
Oh,
thingy, the
it's
black
like,
stone.
Yeah, and you crushed.
Well, you would put the green salsa in it. You're gonna put grilled onions. You put ribs, some like very good ribs. And then you put fajita on the side. You put panela, which is the thick cheese, panela cheese. And you grill that from the sides.
And some
And then you
shrimps
put
on
some
the side.
nopal. Oh my gosh.
And the tortillas de harina. Let me tell you something. All people from Reading, all people from all the other world, there's no place like Laredo that have tortillas de harina.
Oh.
No place.
Yeah.
I've tried all the ones from here. No.
I'll say
Sorry.
though. So Tijuana,
Okay.
so different.
Tijuana is right across the border.
Yeah, Tijuana is from across the border from California,
Diego.
like
San
San
Diego.
Diego area. So like down there, so if you compare the food from there, even though it's Mexican, it does not taste
very
the same.
Which one's better?
I have
you're
not been to
probably
Tijuana.
biased, right?
But I've heard that it's pretty good. Tacos place is a very good thing.
Yeah.
I'll say though, Texas is very good at grilling.
It's Tex-Mex.
It's a very
The
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex food,
It's different.
Really?
Yeah.
it's just hits different, you know,
Right.
because it's Texas, and
I-
it's
to
full
be
of
honest,
Mexicans.
I like fake Mexican food. I'm sorry, is that offensive? What I mean by fake
mean
is that
like
like
Taco Bell?
like American, like
Tex-Mex.
Eh?
Tex-Mex.
That's not Tex-Mex.
What do you
Tex-Mex
mean?
is original.
Oh, sorry.
Not
I'm sorry.
fake.
I offended her. She clenched her fist. Did you see that? She clenched her fist. She went like this.
saw her facial
Original.
expression.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. Did I offend you? I'd never want to offend our guests. So can I
Let's,
just say
let's
something?
just switch it to instead of fake, it's original.
It's originally altered. How about that?
Yes.
Altered?
It's a fusion.
Well, tell me why.
Uh-huh.
What have you
You
tried?
still tell me way? What'd you say?
No, tell me why.
Okay, I
Why?
think it's like
Age. What? No, not age. It's why.
No. I think one could argue that if it's so, there's Mexican food.
Yeah.
You take it over the border and you do like American fusion. That's a better way. It's American fusion.
That sounds very elegant. I'll take
Yeah.
that.
So it's not fake.
No.
It's just
Well,
a-
let me
sorry.
tell you why it's Tex-Mex.
Okay.
It's because people that were born from Texas.
You're coming off aggressive. Can you can you just?
Yes.
We're just talking, okay? You don't have to clench your fist.
but she got both.
Take a deep breath.
Let me tell you why it's Tex-Mex.
That's better. Thank you.
Because people that were born from Texas, that are Mexicans, are the ones that do the food.
That's why it's called Tex.
That's why it's Tex-Mex food.
Not really because originally.
Not originally because of-
Tex-Mex.
So it's the Mexicans in Texas.
Yes.
It's
Mexicans-
not necessarily, oh, I'm American and I want to do Mexican
Mexican
food.
food.
But
No,
it's like
yeah.
actual Mexican.
Mexican.
So it's originally Mexican. It's just from a different region.
Yes. There you go.
Period.
You just put it
Ding,
beautifully.
ding, ding.
It's-
That's it.
I'm happy that we clarified that.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your life in Laredo. How do you say it?
Laredo.
Laredo.
Laredo,
Is that
Texas.
Laredo?
No,
Laredo.
Just,
Laredo. Okay.
just one R.
Yeah.
Le.
Are.
So when I came to the United States at
Mm-hmm.
the age of 8, I came here and I barely know how to speak English, and over time I learned how to speak, and most people can't tell that I speak Tagalog fluently. But the thing is, right now in the States, I'm not gonna mention names, but there are people who I'm related to
Okay.
who their friends look at them because they came later in their life. I'm not gonna mention who, but they have like tinge accent, a little bit of an accent,
Yeah.
like Filipino accent. So when they're here, they're not looked at as an American. They're looked at as, oh, that's the Filipino guy. But then they go to the Philippines, and then they can't really speak the language very well because they came here around 12, 13. So they also have an accent over there.
Yeah.
And so they're looked at as the American, even though it's their home country. So they're in this no man's land where they're neither American nor Filipino. They're too American to be Filipino and too Filipino to be American.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you guys grew up in America.
Yeah.
However, it's very Latino community.
Yeah.
What is that like? Is there a correlation there where you guys are too Mexican to be American and too American to be Mexican?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you get? What's that like?
Yes. So I have half of my family lives in Tamaulipas, which is literally
5 minutes.
5 minutes is the border town from
Mexico.
Mexico. So every time that we would go over there, people would see us son muy güeras. That's the expression.
Muy
They're
gringas.
too white.
Muy wet. What's wetas?
Güeras is like an expression of white.
I feel like white.
Yeah.
Or gringas.
We say rubia.
You say more to like actual like natural
Oh, gotcha.
golden blue eyes. Güeras would be like just
The way you act.
the way you are. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And how you speak.
And how you speak.
'Cause I guess for them we have an accent like we're too white.
Yeah, we don't sound Mexican. So yeah, and this is coming from my family area, like
Right.
people that are literally 5 minutes.
Right.
A huge difference. It makes a huge difference.
Right.
But then, well, and in Laredo, you can't really distinguish the difference because everyone speaks the same.
Right.
But if you go to San Antonio or a little bit higher, like Dallas, quick,
Oh,
I moved
easy.
here. You can see the difference. People are like, "Oh, I can hear you have a cute accent."
I'm American. My green card's right here. Right.
And then a lot of people were like, they're afraid to even ask. It's like, hey, so do you have a visa? Do you have permission to be here? Yeah.
Who asks that?
It's just people who thinks like because we have an accent, people
Assumes.
assumes that we're not
You
from
guys
here.
assume you're illegal immigrant?
Yeah. Or that we're Mexican. But the thing is that it's funny because if you compare me with someone that lives in Mexico,
Right.
like let's say Guatemala, Puebla, Querétaro,
Our-
nada que
the
ver.
accent is
Not
very
even
different.
close.
Wow.
Not even
So
close.
a completely different accent.
So different.
Oh,
You
so
go to San
different.
Antonio, which is 2 hours away from from my city, Laredo. So different.
So
Right.
different.
So I think like that is why Laredo has a very
Unique.
unique
Right.
community and just it's literally its own state and its
Right.
own country. In other words, the language as well. Like it's a very different from a Mexican
Even the
living
expressions are very
different.
different.
Yeah, like we don't
Really?
use way.
They-
You know how usually it's like,
you-
hey, way.
You told me that's offensive, right? You told me not to say that in the podcast, and I opened up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, it just depends where you live. So there's people like usually the Ciudad de Mexico, their expression is very like que onda way. You know, like
Yeah.
very like fresa, like very
Fresa.
very like high.
Fresh.
They use it way. Or the Cuernavaca. Ooh, that's one of the
There's a
expressions.
lot of words going
Oh,
on. here.
Guadalajara.
Yeah,
también.
it's just we're mentioning like certain cities,
Right.
people that use that expressions. But if you go on the ghetto one, and they come que onda way, it's the very
Oh,
like
teach me that one.
gangster.
I like that one. What do you say it?
You're like que onda way.
Que Honda. Like
onda.
what's
Que
what's your
onda.
Honda?
Onda.
Oh, I
Not
thought like
Honda.
what Honda do you drive? Like que Honda. Civic.
¿Qué onda?
Accord. You know. Okay, sorry. Okay, so que onda.
Que onda way.
What does que onda? Que is what?
It's like
onda?
what's up, bro.
Que
What's
onda?
up, bro?
It's just the expression how you come along.
Oh.
So I say like yes, everywhere that we go, it's so different.
It's very
If we go to
different.
Mexico, we're too
Right.
white. If we were here in Reading, people think we're too Mexican.
Is that hard? How does that is that difficult for you guys? Like, does it affect you guys at all?
Honestly, I'm like I come to actually love my culture and love and loving myself. I'm like, well, I'm unique. Nobody has
Yeah.
that expression that I do.
Right.
And like you said, some people find it entertaining.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a $10,000 coming every month.
Come on.
Just saying, not
Are you
everyone.
prophesying?
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Not everyone
go.
knows how to use even this. It's a gift, like the
Right.
cultural way of expressing. Not everyone has that. So
Yeah.
before I would be ashamed. Like you would have told me like 5 years ago, I would have been ashamed of like even having an accent.
Yeah.
But I once I moved here, oh my gosh, being experienced like with people who are from Germany, different places,
Nationalities.
countries,
Cultures, yeah.
nationalities. I just loved what I bring and what
Yeah.
I've learned in my culture.
Wow.
That I just enjoy it and just
Yeah.
take the best out of it. Like just make me unique,
Right.
you know.
Well, let's go back. I'm assuming you have similar
Experiences?
experiences.
No.
No. Oh, okay. Tell us about it.
Well, for me, it was very difficult because I've always felt ashamed of
Wow.
my English and how I couldn't speak it well, more because I was born in the United States.
Right. Right.
You know, it would be different if I was born in Mexico. I feel like I would have taken that as an excuse.
Would
you
you
know?
ever lie? Like I'm from
from-
Chihuahua. You know?
No, it's so funny though, because we've never been like in Mexico. Like we've been on the outsides of Mexico.
Yo, you've been in Mexico, we just haven't been
Well, like
the-
inside of like, you know, Querétaro,
Puebla.
Oaxaca,
It's, like, deep
Puebla.
inside?
Like
Yeah,
deep
we've just
inside.
been
It's
on
just
the
like
edge-
on the corner.
So you've been in the borders, like
Yeah.
Border
like
towns.
barely, yeah, right?
That it's very different, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even the places where you live can be very different in the way of expression and stuff.
Right.
But for me, like once I got here and like just the culture of BSSM and taking up your identity and not being
Yeah.
afraid of
For sure.
how the Lord made you and the things that He gave you.
Yeah.
I feel like I took ownership. I'm like, hey, I for a reason I was born a bilingual. For a
Yeah.
reason, the Lord has placed something in me, and just I feel like the Lord removed the shame and put confidence into it. So
Why do we do that? So I felt the same way, and you were talking about how you went through a process also, and like in the States, I moved here when I was 8 years old. There was a time in my life where I'm like oh my gosh, I hate the Filipino culture, because like it's. I don't know. I wanted to be American. Like American, like being American was like the cool thing for me. Like growing up, like in the Philippines, everyone's like, "Ooh, America! Everybody's rich over there." You know what I mean? Like everyone wanted to be American. So when I finally got here, it's like I want to be American so bad. So whenever I would see like Filipino shows on TV, I would get so embarrassed. Like if they would put on the Filipino music, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I try to disassociate myself from there. And it had to be like a process of, oh wow, I'm actually proud of my culture. I'm proud of, but why do we do that? Why do we get ashamed?
Because we're growing up in a place where we're being compared to what it's the ideal language, the ideal look, the ideal like identity, in other words. And America is great. It's great. It has its things, but if you come to understand what you carry on what your family and generaciones, so generational has been giving you and steward that, like you stop comparing yourself with people and what you think it's the ideal way of looking or the ideal way of being or American, like you find so much gold in what you have and the
Yeah.
things that they have passed through the generations of your family.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would say like one of the gifts that my family has been passing along is cooking.
Come on.
It's a
Listen,
huge
that's good.
area where you can discover the color, you can discover
Yeah.
the like el sazon, like the seasoning
Yeah.
that makes you so unique.
Yeah.
And I think like those things have like made a huge difference. Like I think when you break that off, like no, you have to be this, or look like this, talk like this,
Yeah.
cook like this, and then you just lose what they've been storing for years. Like those are
Wow,
things that
that's
are like now that's why it's like there's a whole change of being proud. I was like
Right.
and discovering more. There's so much more that I want to discover in my
Right.
in the roots of my family
Wow.
of like where it's been. And if you look back, you come from many areas, not just
Yeah.
one place. You have
sure.
roots from many places. So that opens your heart for cultures. That
Yeah.
opens your heart to understand the Asian culture,
I'm
understand.
Mexican.
Well, have
No.
it's just like
Pause.
I think like once you stop the comparing, that's
Yeah.
the main thing. If you stop comparing, you
Right.
start loving who you are
Yeah.
and where you're coming from, you would have a heart to love other cultures.
Right.
You won't need
That's
to
great.
be comparing. It's like this is better because this is the way it should look like. Says
Right.
who?
Right.
And I feel like here, we're taught that America was great and beyond anyone else,
Yeah.
and they've always compared like Mexico, it's cheaper, it's lower than
Right.
America because of the money wise, like
Yeah.
the dollar, the dollar is more expensive than.
Right.
So I feel like it creates an identity of like, oh, Mexico, it's above America, or other places are above. Like America is the dream place to be in it. And honestly, I do feel like blessed to be here. But now understanding and being exposed in a place of where there's a diversity and getting to know different like places and cultures. Like for example, us 2 years ago, we got into the K-pop and Korean dramas, and it just opened up a new lens of like seeing different cultures and more than anything treasuring and being open to understand.
Yeah.
And take the beauty out of it,
Right.
And it, like Yvette said, it's like stop comparing what this place doesn't have and what this place have, but start treasuring and being open and receiving from different places.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, if you think about it, America is literally like a melting pot, meaning like it's different cultures.
Yeah.
America in itself is not really a
I
nationality.
know.
Unless you're
It's-
Native American, right?
Well, yeah, you're Native American descent, but like that's what we're known for.
Yeah.
So it's like
And it's a
Same
good
thing.
point that you said, because I feel like nobody realized that in America, most of the population is diversity. There's not a single like race that it's more than anything. It's like if you see, there's a lot of places in this place where there's people from Russia, there's people from Asia, there's people from Germany, there's people from
Africa.
Mexico. Like it's built for like with different people, not
Yeah.
with just one single. Like in Mexico, you can say there's more Mexicans than Americans, or
Or any other
but
nationality.
in America, like you said, it's like all diverse, all
Just
diverse.
contradicts itself.
yeah, and every American wants to go on vacation to Mexico or to the Philippines
Cancun, baby.
or like to Korea. So
It's
Yeah.
it's
true.
not better. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting how you guys were talking about getting back to the roots, and like there's actually inheritance there, right?
Yes.
And we always talk, they teach us at Bethel's BSSM
Yeah.
that like the generations, like our ceiling should be the next generation's floor. So that means there's something to be taken from our ancestors.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we disassociate, if we separate ourselves from that, there's actually, we're missing out on something. So that's amazing that you guys mentioned that. So, and you guys said that culinary is a huge thing for you guys,
yes.
and that's one way to connect to your
Yeah.
culture and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, shout out, these two cook. They can cook. We don't have their cooking today, but
Soon. It's coming.
soon.
We're gonna make some tostadas, chile rellenos, and flautas.
I'm getting hungry now.
So today so Matel and I went to the Mexican market,
Yeah.
and we picked out a few snacks
Yeah.
that we've never had any of these guys, and so we just wanted to try them with you, and I wanted us to kind of do a review. So
Yes.
let's do the first one, baby. So what do we have here?
How do you pronounce
Okay,
this?
let me pronounce it, and then you guys pronounce it the right
Okay,
way.
yes.
Okay. So right here we got pulparindo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's pretty
Yes,
good.
yeah, pulparindo.
Wow, I'm pretty good.
And say the flavor.
Let me see. Okay, you try it, baby.
Sandia.
Sandía.
Sandía.
Pulparindo de
Pulparindo de
sandía.
sandía.
So, just as you're opening,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell a small story. We usually had this type of candies. We would throw a huge party. We would find an excuse to throw a party.
Mm.
We would put it in a piñata, you know,
Uh-huh.
small piñata, and then can you sing?
Dale, 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 no pierdas el pino.
And then
Porque si lo
you know when
pierdes,
there's a Mexican
pierdes
party,
el
can you like,
camino.
Juana, quítale el palo a la niña, quítale
La
la
niña, la
So
niña.
that's the whole expression
Wait,
going in.
hold on, I missed. Someone got shot. What happened?
Is it get something for the little
So
girl?
like you know when so you know like it's a huge Mexican party when you have your tia screaming with her lungs out. To be careful because the one of the little girls while they're
It's
hitting the
The piñata.
The
So, but
piñata.
the piñata, they're hitting the piñata sometimes with a band-aid in the and then you try to hit it, and you can see all the kids around it, and it's just a funny expression of how Mexican or Hispanic people, and all the parties, like
They
every Mexican
understand.
can tell you, like, yes,
Oh.
that happens. It's
Uh-huh.
like, quítale el palo
It's
a la
fire.
niña, la niña.
Okay. Okay, this is actually really good. I was worried. So the first time I had candy, Mexican
it's good.
candy, I actually didn't like it.
yeah. What was
This
it?
it was a mango ice cream actually, but this is rocking.
This reminds me of a Filipino candy. We have a tamarind candy, sampalok.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is tamarind, right?
Sí, tamarindo.
Yeah, we have a Filipino candy like this. But I taste the hint of the watermelon.
This
Okay,
is
you
so
put it-
good.
You melt it, right?
Oh, we melt this.
You will melt this, put it on an apple, cover it around with it, and you put
Tajin.
tajin, and you have a
Chamoy.
chamoy, and you have yourself manzana preparada.
It's good.
This is so,
So
delicious.
walk us through, what is this?
Okay, so this is tamarindo, and it's one of the best candies. Like every Mexican loves tamarindo. You would have it on anything, especially like what I tell you. You would put it on an apple and like cover it around the apple, and that's something that you want to snack in. Like you're
Wow.
just craving something, you go to a snack area, and you get yourself a manzana preparada, or you create it with your family. You sell it. Usually we used to sell this a lot in school too.
It's all about selling,
the
you know,
spices
getting
coming.
money.
Yeah, spice is coming. Let's rate it, okay?
I love this.
From what to what?
From 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Okay.
So I like the sweetness. That's the first thing that hits me. And then the sourness. Filipinos love sour things, sour snacks.
Then it's
And then
spicy at the
after
end.
you keep eating it, there's a spice that you don't expect. And I actually like the texture. It's
Yeah.
kind of chewy, and you can, as you're chewing, you can feel like the sugar breaking. Like, yeah, I like that little crunch there. I'll give this an 8 out of 10.
Really?
I like it a lot. What about you, babe?
I would say a 7.
Okay.
Just because candy, I don't expect spiciness, but it's good. It's not
Yeah,
bad. It's just like, for me, candy is sweet or sour,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
mean-
pretty good. I like it. It tastes familiar to like Filipino candy.
Filipino. This is fire. I'll rate it a 10.
There you go.
I rate it a 10. And
Come
for
on.
me, it's not spicy. I don't feel the spicy.
I don't feel any spicy.
It's sweet.
So now, what do we have here, baby? Okay, let me try to pronounce it again. Okay.
Cucharita.
Cucharita? Cucharita? Okay.
Cucharita.
Hot candy spoon.
In Tagalog, cucharita is a small spoon. That's what it means.
Yeah, cuchara is big spoon.
Cuchara is big spoon, but if you say
Cucharita.
Cucharita,
cucharita is
or
a small spoon,
Mm-hmm.
like a teaspoon.
Oh, wait, so you guys use the same word? Interesting.
Cuchara is a big spoon.
Is cuchara
Pásame
also
una
a Spanish
cuchara,
word?
por favor.
Cuchara. It's just a regular.
That'll be for us too. These will
I
be for
love
you
this.
too.
Okay, so walk us through we're holding this spoon, and on this spoon there's
Liga.
Una liga.
una liga. Okay.
Yeah,
Rubber
it's a
band.
rubber band.
Ah.
Una liga.
Una liga.
So what's on the spoon, guys?
So there is,
Tamarindo.
I believe it's also tamarindo.
Oh.
But this is different.
But this is more different.
Has more
This
this has sugar.
And then also, I think the powder of it, you can put, you know how this one had the flavor was sandia? I don't know what flavor it is, but apparently it gives you more like
Este tiene como Miguelito.
Should I bite it? Or do I like...
I do this.
You can
Do I let
bite
it
it.
dissolve?
Bite it a little bit.
I'm gonna search for you guys Miguelito so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Miguelito powder.
Get that little sourness.
This.
Like, get your jaws.
Uh-huh.
Oh shoot.
This
You
one
guys
is a little bit
don't
spicy.
Yeah, this is hot candy spoon.
I can feel
So
the
that-
spiciness on this one.
They use this powder. They use this
is
powder.
spicy.
It's like tahini?
It's like kind of tahini, but it's more
But it's
like
not tahini.
It's
more
candy.
sweeter.
Gotcha.
Sweeter.
Okay.
And they make it a more thicker consistency on that.
Okay. I like
can
the
like
other
it.
one better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
me too.
Let's rate it.
A 2.
I give the other one 8. This is like this is the 4. Okay, let me tell you why. So the texture is similar. It's a little bit harder, but it's similar. A lot more spice, and but there's a frequency there that I'm receiving. I can't quite tell what I'm receiving, but there's a frequency that's not pleasing to my receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. Spice.
Okay, what do you rate it?
I would give it, honestly, a 3.
How dare you? Is that offensive?
No, I would give it a
Okay.
2. I did not like
So I don't really like
Gotcha.
to, like, I wouldn't buy this
Spicy,
again.
bro.
Yeah. It's like, not my flavor.
Yeah. What's next, baby?
Ooh. Ooh, I love those.
Duvalin.
Sí,
Duvalin.
Duvalin.
O le dicen Duvalines.
They are like a peso
Let me
in
narrate.
Mexico.
No lo cambio por nada.
¡Ándale! No lo cambio por nada.
They're like,
Es
no lo
nada.
cambio.
Por nada.
What does that mean?
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Ooh.
I didn't expect it to
What
be
is
like
this?
this.
Is there
like pudding?
cucharitas in there? There
Cucharitas?
should be cucharitas in there.
Oh,
Like
there
little
is.
mini
Like
spoons.
mini spoons. Esas
Yes.
son cucharitas.
Wow. So it looks like a pudding. And
It is,
there's
it is a pudding.
It is
Not
pudding.
really.
But it's thicker.
Or is it like
It's a very
custard?
thick. What is that one?
Is it like custard?
What is that?
Eh.
Ah, es rico esto.
It's like a thicker pudding, I guess.
Yes.
Can you
Thicker
open this for me?
pudding.
Give me a second.
Chavos, miren esto.
Usual,
Ama, cómprame.
usualmente es rosa y amarillo.
Okay,
Rosa y blanco.
For
let me
my-
translate for her. Say it again.
Usual,
I like
Usual.
usual,
Usual.
dogs.
usual,
Usual.
Oh, usual, yeah.
mente
Usually
es
it's
Is
rosa,
red.
rosa,
Rose.
rosa,
rosa.
rosado.
Rosa. Rosita. Color rosita.
It's red in color.
Rosita.
Rosado.
Pink.
Pink. Oh.
Y café.
And
Café.
And brown.
brown.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it will be like a pink.
Oh.
And
Yes,
This
really
is
good.
so
It's fire.
good.
I like this one.
Mm.
Duvalin.
Wow, Duvalin.
It's
no
my
lo
favorite
cambio
one.
por
Me
nada.
gusta mucho.
Oh, it's fire, bro.
Oh my
This
gosh.
reminds me of
Filipino candy, yeah.
yeah, we have a Filipino candy like this too. Choco Choco.
Choco. Mm.
Choco choco. Choco choco. I think I've heard of that.
Choco Choco.
Okay, this is a
Now
10.
I know
This is a 10
where
for sure.
This is a
where
10.
to buy this.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And it was only like $3.
I like better the pink one.
Mm-hmm.
There's
fresa.
pink and,
Strawberry?
strawberry. Oof.
Mm.
Tastes fire.
Is there one that's all chocolate?
I don't think
No.
so.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, pues
So good.
el bulbulubu.
Ooh, I should have had a bubulubu.
What's Bubulubu?
Bubulubu.
So
Your
it's like
cousin's
it's like a
Es un what's it called?
Like a
marshmallow
marshmallow
covered
with the chocolate
but it has a strawberry jam in the
in
middle.
the middle.
Oh my God.
And when it's cold.
Cold, you put it in the freezer.
Guys, I'm so impressed with this
No,
one.
we need to do a second part because there's so much more candies that we want to
100%.
try. And we can try
Como
buñuelos.
chicharrero.
Buñuelos.
Buñuelos, galletas,
Una concha.
una concha.
Pan.
Gosh.
Pan, like
Concha is a concha, a shell.
a shell. But
shell.
the pan.
De pan.
Oh, but it's bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Una concha de.
Oh my
Pan
gosh.
This is so good.
Okay, let's rate it. I give it a 10. The texture is like icing. And it's so good. It reminds me of Filipino snack called Choco Choco.
It's my
and
favorite.
similar in texture. Except
flavor.
this may be a little bit not as thick, right? Or so it's similar.
Yeah,
And
this
it's
is
so good. I think 10. Easy 10.
11 out of 10. I love
11.
chocolate. Honestly, it's so good.
Wow.
What about you guys?
I do it a 10.
10? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest. It's not my cup of tea.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do a 7.
Oh,
Wow. Well, more for us.
I like it.
And last but not least, we have. Let me say. Saborico.
Yes. A ver.
A ver, ¿cómo dice?
Saborico.
Saborico.
Sabor rico.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Pero dilo,
it
say what is in the bottom.
Where?
It says 7 grams of protein.
No,
Oh, sorry.
So usually people
Yogurt?
who say yogurt, but it's yogurt.
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 Yogurt de fresa.
Bro, like those would remind me when we would go to Nuevo Laredo to go see my grandma.
So,
And-
la marca es Lala.
Yeah. And usually we didn't have an AC. We would have like, you know how you would put water to one of the huge ventilators, and we will be watching what's it called? Cartoon.
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Vemos para what's the name of the dog that is scared of the grandma?
Courage.
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 Oh my gosh! And then I will go running so quickly at the end of the street to go buy some chips and a yogurt
Pero-
and a flan.
We would see in Spanish that it would called perro cobarde.
Oh, that was his name.
Sí.
So, cobarde.
El
El
Perro cobarde.
Perro cobarde.
This tastes a little bit like
Gogurt.
Go-Gurt or like the Danimals.
Yes, I like it.
I
It's
love
good.
this.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's literally like a little bit more watery version of Gogurt.
It's
Yeah.
good.
We used to do this. So we used to get our yogurt, put a stick, and put it in the freezer, and then we
Oh,
Oh,
popsicle.
A popsicle.
our frozen
Nice.
yogurt.
Frozen yogurt.
The frozen Go-Gurt.
So let's rate it. I grew up on Gogurt. This is basically it. I'll give it a 9. I like it a lot.
Yeah, me too. I think a 9.
I give it a 10 if I tasted it before Duvalin. Guys, Duvalin is rocking. What about you guys?
I really love this.
I'll do a 10.
10?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So out of all these snacks, which one would you guys recommend to a person? Which one would be the first thing you would recommend?
It's just my preference. From candy, because I wouldn't consider that a candy.
Right, that's true.
I would say that pulvarines.
Yeah.
Pulparindo.
Oh, gotcha.
Or it just depends who too, because
Depends who.
like something that I've noticed Europeans, they don't like anything
Spicy.
that's salty
And sweet.
or sweet. They like if it's gonna be sweet, let it be sweet. So I would do that Duvalin.
Duvalin? Yeah.
But I'll say like for example, Filipinos or even Asian,
Mm-hmm.
they love spicy.
Yeah,
So I would say that pulvarindo.
gotcha.
Even though it was not spicy.
What about you, Yvonne?
Same.
Same?
Yeah.
What
That
about
one's
you,
good. I like Duvalin, but second is the Pulparindo.
Pulparindo,
Yeah,
yeah.
because we have a candy like that.
I'm 100% Duvalin all the way. Oh my god. I could finish that box right now.
I know. When we bought Choco
I'm literally,
Choco,
we're gonna buy more.
he literally finished a whole pack himself, and there's like 100 in there.
That's private.
Well, now
gonna
this
cut
is
that
gonna
part.
go viral.
We're gonna cut that part out. Okay.
Our last challenge.
No, before we do that, we have a viewer question.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next segment. So okay, so this viewer question is from Carlos.
Isn't it the other question?
This is it.
No, the
Yeah, this is it.
taco
Yeah, this
question.
is it.
Is it?
Yeah. So this is from Carlos E. from San Diego, 23. It's a very short question. All it says is corn tortillas or flour tortillas.
Ay Dios.
Ay, es que todo depende. No, sorry. Tortillas de harina.
Yeah.
What is that?
What's harina? Flour?
Flour tortilla.
Wow.
I thought you would say corn.
I know.
No.
So most people from the other side of the border would say corn. Am I right or wrong? In the
Like in
Mexican
Mexico.
side, Mexico.
No, tortillas de
Really?
harina.
Harina.
But it's
I
because
love flour
it's
tortilla.
fresh made.
Fresh made.
But why is it
handmade.
that most taco shops is only
Cheaper.
Mother. Mother.
Our face expression.
Because I love flour so much more. It holds better. The texture is better. And the corn is like thin. It breaks.
breaks.
And so it's all about because they're trying to save money.
Yeah.
Mother.
Yes.
I agree with you guys.
Yeah,
Flour.
I mean, and then there's like, okay, so you have like 3 rates, right? So
Yeah.
it just depends as well what he's talking about. Because there's maize, which is I think corn.
Yeah.
But there's a way of making it different, and you fry it. Like you know how
my
you do
God.
the
Birria?
Give me back the thing.
Sopes?
Gorditas or sopes.
Not
You see
familiar.
the consistency of it's a very thick.
Let me show you a picture.
Well, you make that kind of tortilla, but you make it a lot thinner, and then you put either tinga or any type of meat in it. You close it and you put cheese on it and you fry it.
Does it come out like birria, like the texture, like a little bit crunchy?
It's
No, that's tortilla.
that's tortilla. That's
Oh,
regular
okay.
tortilla. The other one that I'm saying,
It's like this.
I don't know if you guys have had any.
I've never had that
I've
one.
never had that.
I need to make some for you guys because
Yeah,
honestly,
Oh,
it's
sopes.
changed.
Oh
I
my
think it will
God.
be way better than those two.
Really?
Yeah.
La
Yeah.
tortilla de maseca, it's.
But I'll
really,
say
really
from those
good.
two, flour.
So this is
Gotcha.
fried.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Ooh,
That looks good, though.
That looks almost like a pie, huh?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there you go, Carlos E. from San Diego. The way to go is flour all the way.
Yeah.
It's worth paying more
Yeah.
to get the best experience, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, go out there and get 'em, man.
Disclaimer: don't buy it from America.
Oh.
Just from Texas
There you go.
Mexico, because anything else sucks.
Well, there you go. You're getting all the insider advice here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mattel ganó. Vamos, un aplauso todos, por favor.
What do I win? What do I win?
Alabó, alabim, bomba, Mattel, Mattel, ra, ra, ra.
That was beautiful. Did you guys rehearse that before coming here?
No, natural.
Wow.
You guys just know.
Nuestro himno. Mexicanos al grito de guerra.
Wow, you guys were in the war?
What else? Do that one more. Do another thing.
You're gonna expose me now.
Is that the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
This is the national anthem.
Oh.
But let's do the.
Okay.
Dale, 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 no pierdas el pino, porque si lo pierdes, pierdes el camino. Dale, 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 no le dio. Quítale el palo, porque sigo yo, se acabó.
Wow. They should have their own show.
What was that?
They're like toys.
Is that
Aren't
like
they
a-
like toys?
Is like a theme? Is that like a theme song?
It's a song for the
piñata.
Piñata. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
for joining.
Thank you
Oh,
guys.
wait a minute. So my brother
Uh-huh.
was accused to be a biblioclip
What?
Biblioclip.
at school today, and
I forgot about
So are you shouting him out to pledge to
Yeah, we're
tell
just-
the judge he's innocent?
No.
Talk to the judge right now. Over here,
Judge-
talk to the judge.
Judge.
In
My
Spanish,
brother,
'cause
mi
it's-
hermano es un
Hold on,
hijo.
let me translate. Okay, go.
Mi hermano
Her brother
es un hijo
is
The
her-
only
is the only
only
son, is the
son
only son
de Dios.
of God.
Oh,
Y él
yeah.
You
¿Y él?
can't
You can't.
nunca,
None.
blame,
nunca,
No
nunca
one.
de los jamases
No blame.
va
but
Goat.
a ser un ratero.
Of the rats.
¿Ok?
okay.
Ahora,
Today,
en este momento,
In this moment,
nosotras
all
we-
of us
estamos diciendo
make a decision.
libertad
That
Freedom.
He's freedom
a su vida.
right?
to su vida.
Period.
Period.
So Judge Gonzalez, please
Freedom.
he's a good boy.
Freedom upon
He's
his
the only
life.
son, so please, even though he's a biblioclep.
Pero,
Okay.
But
pero, realmente,
In real life.
la que es
actually.
un biblioclepto es mi hermana.
the real one is
biblioclep is
Yvette.
Wow. Well, who said it first? I lost count.
Y lo dije en español. Biblioteco.
biblioteco. Isn't that?
Biblioclep.
Oh, so you used it in Spanish.
And I said it in
Biblioclepto.
English.
Okay,
Perdón.
but ours is in English. So,
But I can say it in English, you know?
A ver, sí.
But she said
okay.
it first.
How about this? Okay.
But this bibliotech.
How about this? Whoever wins a
Biblioclep.
fist fight, right? No, I'm
Clap.
joking.
No.
Okay.
Paper, scissors, rock.
How about this? We're gonna give you the gift card. You guys get to spend it
Together.
together, okay?
Together.
Because you guys are sisters.
She's like, I want it though.
No sharing.
So real quick, what's your social medias? Do you guys have music? Or what is it?
oh.
Give yourself a shout out.
Yes,
Okay,
let me
guys,
give a
Someone
shout
just
out.
released music.
Yes, you can find my song on
I
Spotify.
found you,
Oh.
you.
Oh.
You found
You can follow me
us
on Instagram.
Yvette at Ivy period ETTEL.
There you
Period.
And then Yvonne will be.
Mine? I don't know. Let me see. Sorry, guys.
go.
There's a funny funny story regarding your song. Paul
Oh, yeah.
wanted to do a little skit.
I wanted to do a skit with your song. So your song is You Never Let
You
Me
Never
Go.
Let Me Go.
I wanted to do a skit with me and my mom. It's like, hey mom, can I go to the sleepover at Chad's house? And she'd be like, no, you can't go. And then I'm like, please, no. You never let me go. And she's like, what do you mean? You just went last week. You never let me go.
Oh my god, that's really good.
So shout out, check out Yvette's song, You Never Let Me Go.
And this is Yvonne's.
No, I found you.
I found
And Yvonne's Instagram
Oh,
is.
sorry.
Because at the end,
Oh, gotcha.
he found himself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, the real name is I Found You on Spotify.
But it does come the Never Let Me Go. Mine. Hi guys, I'm Yvonne again. This is my Instagram. It's IVON dot or period L31.
There we go.
And you can follow me. At the moment I don't have music, but hey, glory to God, music is coming soon.
Let's go.
Music.
But with that being said, Yvonne,
Thank you.
Yvonne, Yvonne, Yvette, thank you guys for coming. What a pleasure. What an honor. And we love you guys. And we love you guys too. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us a lot. And you like and you share.
And
Shout out to Mama.
Mama Blanca.
You.
Mama Blanca.
Te amo.
Muchas gracias para tu
Amigo. Hijas.
Hijas. Es muy entertaining. Muito
Gusto.
gusto mi amigas. Amen.
Amen.
I just prayed to your mom. With that being said,
Gracias.
Thank you
gracias. Thank you guys for watching and toodles.
Saraheo. Saraheo.
Decoration. We are transformation. Transformation. In the beginning was a garden.
This is Garden Studios. Welcome home.